In the second, Sear, a rifle slap shot that Keene still hasn't seen. Maloney got an assist. Sear is 12th. Bruins were shut out in the second, scored early in the third. Sabres rebounded with a goal from Phil Housley, his 11th. McKenna, a super pass there. Then Mike Foligno kept the scoring with his 21st at 14:28 from Sear and Perro. Nifty play by Foligno for the goal. Afterward, Barb Kaczynski talked with the game's first and second stars, Barrasso and Playfair.
Strong offensive game, which for us is something we need as many of as we can get because we don't really score a lot of goals. And anytime we can get as many as we did tonight, it's a big plus for our team, and it gives us a lot of confidence. And there was no question in my mind that we played well enough to win this game on any night, no matter who they had out there. And that's a big bonus for our team because we have to beat these teams.
On the goal that you scored, really got good wood on it and just blistered it past the goalie. Did you feel as soon as you hit it that it was a good shot?
Hey, like even a blind squirrel finds an acorn once in a while, but...
Finally,
so had to kind of wonder what was going to happen. But the Sabres did pull out all the stops and put it to the Bruins by the score of 6-2. Let's take a look now at some of the highlights. Now, in the first period, Dave Fenves scores his first NHL goal. Unfortunately, it went behind his own goaltender. Tom Barrasso said, thanks a lot. O'Reilly got credit for the goal. But then the stop of the game as Barrasso stops O'Reilly on the breakaway. That kind of turned things around. Then Playfair with a good play keeps it in. Perro finds himself alone in front of Doug Keenes. He ties it with his 17th at 1. That's worth a high five. Then Craig Ramsey helps out as he spots Brent Peterson behind the net. Peterson slips it in the short side. His 10th goal gives the Sabres a 2-1 lead. A little bit later on, Foligno out to Playfair. Larry with a good game tonight scores his second of the year. The Sabres lead 3-1 after one period. In the second period, Paul Sear with a blast from the top of the face-off circle to the far side against Keenes gives the Sabres a 4-1 lead. In the third, Sear sets up another goal right here for Mike Foligno, and the Sabres, Housley had scored to make it 5-2. Then Foligno made it 6-2, and the Sabres win it. Their next game is Saturday afternoon.
And then took charge and beat the Bruins 6-2. And actually, Dave Fenves put one in his own net here. Now watch it. Look at Fenves. Hey, Dave, the other end, huh, guy? Terry O'Reilly got credit. It was 1-0 Boston at 1:09. Then Tom Barrasso made a great save on Terry O'Reilly. Watch it here. Here comes O'Reilly. Barrasso with a stick. He kept it out of the net. That seemed to get the Sabres going. And Larry Playfair kept the puck in with that big reach of his and then set up Gilbert Perreault for number 17. And our captain put it in. It was 1-1. Then Brent Peterson got his 10th from Craig Ramsey. A little wraparound job. It was 2-1. 51 seconds later, also in the first period, Playfair number 2 from Foligno. That turned out to be the winner. But the Sabres were just kind of warming up. In the second period, Paul Sear, who has been in a scoring slump, got his 12th after Mike Ramsey breaks up the play. It was 4-1 there. Dave Reed made it 4-2 in the third period. And then Phil Housley got his 11th from Sean McKenna to make it 5-2. And Mike Foligno got number 21 from Sear and Perro. And the Sabres went on to win. Look at that shot by Foligno, 6-2. And after the game, Brian got this comment from Scotty.
It was a very key game for us because after we lost in Boston and Quebec last Thursday and Friday, we had 12 games left in our division, and 8 of them were at home. So we had 2-1 with every club, and that's something that we talked about, and we have to cash in on it. Of course, you have to win those games at home.
51 seconds later, Playfair himself scored on a blast from the blue line. Sabres led 3-1 after the first period. In the second, they picked it right up again when Paul Sear let fly with a wicked drive that was in before Keenes moved a muscle. Boston got within 2 early in the third, but the Sabres replied on Phil Housley's goal off a gorgeous setup from Sean McKenna. And then Mike Foligno capped the scoring with his 21st of the season and another one of his patented dances. His teammates truly had reason to join in as they belted the Bruins 6-2.
Personally, I was a little disappointed. I didn't think they played that aggressively in our rink. They really played aggressive in their rink, and when we started out the game, we figured that that's the way they're going to come at us, and they didn't.
It was a very key game for us because after we lost in Boston and Quebec last Thursday and Friday, we had 12 games left in our division, and 8 of them were at home. So we had 2-1 with every club, and that's something that we talked about, and we have to cash in on it, of course.
And cash in they did, as Montreal was upset 5-4 in Vancouver last night. The Sabres are now just 2 points behind the Adams Division leading Canadiens. At Memorial Auditorium, this is Rob Allen, Channel 7 Eyewitness Sports.
And they trail with a game in hand.